A lot.
I mean,
Give it some time before we get it going.
Yeah, sure. There
it's
it is.
definitely an example of what happens when you put your foot before your brother.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna need all those scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like the reap what you sow. Uh, what else? What else you think?
What was it? Oh, there was one about those sinners' days is prolonged. Something like that.
Ecclesiastes, yeah.
It's Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, kind of. Those days be prolonged. Sin 100 times. God, that's a good one.
I mean, of course, it's a tough one though. You haven't resisted unto death?
That's a good one.
As far as forgiving your brother?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a good one. I was also thinking along the lines of woe. I mean, not. I don't think it says woe, but it says what profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul. That can be a good one.
And then the thing too, is it any, you know what I'm saying? I never really followed up on the story, you know what I'm saying? Is there any indication that brother had any remorse?
I think it was eating him up alive because they did interview him when he got out, and they was interviewing him in jail. But he's trying to justify it at the same time. But you could tell by the expression when he explains it and how he explains it that it's kind of messing with him. You know what I'm saying? Because they actually, in one of the interviews, they actually drove past the spot where he shot the brother, Richie Porter, you know, right hand man or whatever, and he was like choking up a bit while he was, you know, explaining the story. So,
right.
But he's trying to justify himself with saying that he felt like this brother was lying to him.
Now that was supposedly the scene when they were in the hallway.
Right, in the hallway.
Yeah, that was some dirty.
You know? Yeah, there should be nothing, you know, justification for that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if he felt like he was lying to you, you know what I'm saying? They were saying how that brother did a lot of grimy stuff to other cats. Like right. God, exactly. That's your lifestyle. Exactly. God, you know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna do it to the So I don't know. I don't know what was going on in his head when he did that, man. But you know, that story is like one in a million. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just the one that got published for the whole world to see and all that. But that goes on in every ghetto. You know, the hood legend blows up, and it be his nigga on his right hand side that can kill him or do something grimy to him. You know what I'm saying? Or niggas doing
type shit.
Yeah. Now, but it's based on a true story. But the movie, I guess they try to give you the most accurate depiction of it. You know what I'm saying? But they got some documentaries out there about it as well, man. So I guess we'll touch up on that.
You know that movie about to blow up again.
Yeah, right. A second time. Right. All right, y'all. Shalom. Y'all Bashem, y'all Shah Brakatah. Brakathum. Y'all Shamalatan by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Precinct Officer Dawah Shah by the Isupk case or the 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is a Tuesday night Brotherhood class. We're going to bring out the couple scriptures in regards to Brotherhood. We are actually live recording from the library. That's why you don't see us in the classroom in Palm Beach. We're in Orlando in the library, Hart Memorial Library, 211 East Dakin Avenue. So if you're in the Central Florida area, come on, stop on by and get your questions answered direct. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna jump into the topic for today. As you can see it written on the screen, right? Love thy enemies, forgiveness. We're gonna get into all that, you know what I'm saying? The news just came out about the brother Alpo Martinez, right? How many, in the chat and you as well is familiar with the story of Alpo, Richie Porter, and was it AZ?
Alpo, AZ, Rich Porter,
Alpo, Richie Porter.
the Harlem.
Right, the Harlem cats, them big time cats, they was doing their thing, drug dealing in the 80s. You familiar with that story?
Khan Khan. It also
Right.
trickled all the way down to Washington, D.C. with Rayford Edmonds, because that was the whole pipeline.
Yep. That's where he was trying to get those cash jammed up. You know what I'm saying? For anybody that's not too familiar with it, right? I see y'all was said Karl Khan, him, Rich, and AZ sold drugs in Harlem and DC. Correct. You know what I'm saying? Right? They made a whole movie based upon their lifestyle called Paid in Full. Right? This movie became real popularized amongst black people like any other black trauma movie. You know what I'm saying? Where it, showing their lifestyle and drug dealing and how they got rich and wealthy, and it also showed the pitfalls that came with it. You know what I'm saying? The betrayal and the hatred and the greed that came with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was based on a true event, right? So the cat that played Cameron, who played Alpo, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what was Rico was his name in the movie, which was actually supposed to be Alpo, right? That brother just recently passed away. All right, he got hit in a drive-by shooting in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? This brother was just released out of jail, actually for drugs, right? Released out of jail for all that. You know what I'm saying? He's known around the hood, I guess, as a snitch, right? Because he was snitching on cats in DC and everybody he did dirt with. You know what I'm saying? He got released from jail. Like in the movie where Cameron said that was portraying him, I ain't gonna snitch no cats in Harlem, but I know a few cats in DC. Because when I come home, I'm still gonna be the king. You know what I'm saying? If you remember that scene. So he came home feeling like the king of Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Still feeling like he's able to go where he want to go and do what he want to do, and not thinking that there's gonna be repercussions or consequences for this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And as years passed, it came and bit him in the behind. You know what I'm saying? He had to bite the bullet of the thing that he sold into life and what he did as a drug dealer and a gangster and making money and all that. You know what I'm saying? It came and bit him in the behind. You know what I'm saying? Well, this brother is also known for the big betrayal or the death of one of his right hand man, Richie Porter. Right? In the movie, I think his name is Mitch, right? Mitch, money making Mitch. Right. Money making Mitch. And his story is crazy as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I love it. his story is crazy because his own uncle took his I guess it was his son, I guess, or his nephew.
Salaki is his nephew.
It was his nephew, right? Took him for ransom because he wanted more money out of the drug game that they was doing together or whatever. He guessed he wasn't, eating enough from him. And they had his little brother, right? He took him, you know what I'm saying, and held him for ransom. You know what I'm saying? Held him for ransom. And as a ransom note, they sent his finger to Mitch. You know what I'm saying? Or Richie Porter sent the finger of his little brother to Richie Porter. And mind you, this was his uncle that did this. You know what I'm saying? This uncle, his blood uncle, related from his mother's brother or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Took his nephew and cut his finger off as a ransom to get more money out of Richie Porter. You know what I'm saying? Because these things go on amongst Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Not only that we are suffering in oppression and poverty and hell in America, but also is because we lack brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like that lifestyle comes with a whole slew of betrayal and downfall, man. You know what I'm saying? But they love to glorify it today in the music, in the movies, in the radios, like it's the life to live. You know what I'm saying? The get rich lifestyle. By any means necessary, man. You know what I'm saying? When that comes with a lot of pain and heartache, you know what I'm saying? And our young youths don't realize it until it's too late. Till they're sitting in that prison cell, you know what I'm saying, facing life. You know what I'm saying? Until they facing the barrel of that gun from their own homeboy or their own family member because they got jealous or greedy, you know what I'm saying, and doing the business that they doing. Right? The streets, we gotta leave that alone as a people, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's also something that we learn from our oppressors. Right? That drug dealing game that black people do amongst each other, that's nothing but white culture.
That's right.
That exactly, you know what I'm saying? That is white culture. And here's why I say what I say. Right? At one point in time in America, black people had prosperous communities amongst themselves. Right? In certain cities and certain in cities and states around America, right? Where if you go within our communities, you can find black businesses, black restaurants, black stores. You know what I'm saying? There was still a struggle going on, but yet we still had some type of economic structure within our communities, right, at one point, right? And as years pass, as agendas has changed with the civil rights movement, once we integrated with our oppressor, you know what I'm saying, we start to pick up their ways and their traits and their lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? Before we integrated, we had no choice but to do what? We had no choice to do. Help them out, Calvin.
So, like, if I may, we had no choice but to be together and
Right.
and take care of each other.
Exactly, to stick with our own. We had no choice to do that before integration was to stick our own. You know why? Because our oppressor didn't want no business with us. You know what I'm saying? And once we integrated, we followed their lifestyle. Now, that's why you have cats that's calling themselves after old Italian mob gangsters,
Right.
or by mafia members. You know what I'm saying? Because the white man is the original gangster. All right. When he was a mobster in a mafia and killing all across America and during the prohibition and selling illegal contraband, you know what I'm saying? We were just dealing with ourselves, taking care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that we don't get lynched and hung by the oppressor. Making sure that we keep the dollar circulated amongst us. You know what I'm saying? While he was doing all that killing, we took care of our family and took care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Now that we integrated with our oppressor, now that we, in this hell that we in right now from integration, we're trying to be like the mobsters. We're trying to be like the mafia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We want to be Meyer Lansky. You know what I'm saying? Lucky Daffy. We want to be those cats. Give me some old Italian gangster mobster names. What else they got? You know what I'm saying? Al Capone. Go ahead.
Gambino.
Gambino.
Luciano gang.
Mm-hmm. Come. You know what I'm saying? These are the original criminals of America. You know what I'm saying? The original gangster. Ain't nothing gangster about that, man. You know what I'm saying? What's gangster is serving the Most High and taking care of your nation. That's gangster. You know what I'm saying? But being a criminal and killing your own race is nothing gangster about that. You know what I'm saying? And the white man is willing to take any extremes just for his own selfish ambition.
That's right.
No matter who he kills. You know what I'm saying? So of course he was during his mobster era, of course he was killing his own people, killing the rival mafia mobsters, you know what I'm saying, just so he can make sure that he's Tawab. You know what I'm saying? And we are not to learn that, you know what I'm saying, because we are the chosen people of the Most High. The Lord called us the Israelites of this Bible. That is our true identity.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And he called us to be separate from every other nation on this earth. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Go ahead, soldier.
Yeah, when during the prohibition, when you was bringing that out, sir, We was living very wealthy and fat. We was having all
Mhm.
types of businesses. What we got over there, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. We had Durham that was jumping very heavy with money. We
Mhm.
had our own bus systems, and we had our own train. Uh, and I believe we had our first car. We was the only ones with the 2-cylinder car around that same time.
Mhm.
While
Ah,
while Esau was running with his head cut off because he didn't know what to do.
right. Now, Khan, you're exactly right, man. We had all these things, man, and this is part of American history. Like these are things that you can research. Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Harlem Renaissance, Detroit, Chicago, North Carolina, South. They was prospering within their communities as Black people. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to sell no drugs. You know what I'm saying? Because we understood that as long as we stick together, we can circulate this dollar. We can take care of each other as long as we stick together, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you have this oppressor that was doing all type of damage to America. You know what I'm saying? Being the criminal that he always been, being the murderer that he always been on
Right.
this earth. You know what I'm saying? And this is who we try to pattern ourselves after. Trying to be like the oppressor, thinking that's what's being gangster is all about. Or think that's what being a man is all about. You know what I'm saying? When a white man ain't nothing but a murderer.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? That's what a murderer is going to kill. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? And the white man been killing ever since he got out the caves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You was gonna say something else, Ra?
Makan.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's about it's related to the topic, of course, and this oppressor and his intricate part in the drug system itself in our communities. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring this out. This was
If you could speak up a little bit.
okay, no sweat. I want to bring out this article. It's a 2019 article, but it's definitely relevant today, and it's been relevant before 2019. And it's in the market's inside. You can look up cocaine bus on a J.P. Morgan seized cargo ship.
Yeah, I
Okay,
remember
so
that.
it says U.S. Customs officials seize a container ship financed by J.P. Morgan this week after authorities found nearly 18 tons.
How much?
18 tons.
Nigga.
Now, a ton is 2,000 pounds. So this is 36,000 pounds.
Wow.
36,000 pounds of cocaine with an estimated street value of 1.3 billion in the vessel. And this was if I'm not mistaken, this was around Chicago. It either came off the Great Lakes. I think it came off the Great Lakes, and the ship was financed by J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan failed to comment on its association with that 1.3 billion. In cocaine.
Yeah, because he's the dope dealer.
You see what I'm saying?
He's that is crazy, man. And we constantly, point the finger and not know the bigger picture. We don't go to the root of the issue, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we got things that we have to clean up amongst ourselves as people. You know what I'm saying? But the root and the cause of our problems always stem from our oppressor. It always stems from. We have to go to there and realize that he is the cause and the reason why we're such in a disastrous state. And that can cause us to separate once we realize that. You know what I'm saying? You want to say something, Rob?
Yeah, I want to add on that real quick. And brothers and sisters, if you realize in any market that we're in today, this economic game that we playing, who is the major distributor? This oppressor has always been the major distributor, or the other nations, you know what I'm saying, that were able to get hold of something to be supplied in bulk. We don't have the resources. We don't have the land in order to give massive amounts of something that's a commodity. You see what I'm saying? So this cocoa plant, this cocoa leaf, and the transportation to get it here, we not the ones involved in that. We're just the ground man that distribute it through the hood, through the neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Like you do any other commodity. You see what I'm saying?
And that brother, what is it, Freeway Ricky Ross, that got banned up by the CIA? You know what I'm saying? He was, reporting how the CIA used to give him drugs to sell out in the neighborhood and all of that.
There you go.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a heavy point you brought out, Rod. Like, this is why. Why? Oh, yeah, that go. Hear me?
Come on.
Oh, my bad.
I thought we about to pull somebody out.
Like, why? This is why we're suffering the way we suffering right now. And they think being a drug dealer or gang banging or being violent is inherently black. You know what I'm saying? They put that stigma of black on black crime as if that's something that's exclusively for black people. You know what I'm saying? We just brought out how the mafia was killing their own. You know what I'm saying? They was selling dope and selling contraband to their own. You know what I'm saying? Being the major distributor of drugs to kill off their own people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not that black on black crime is just a black issue. You know what I'm saying? Every race kills people within proximity. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's Chinese people in China, guess who they're killing? Chinese people. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, because they live probably like a mile away from their enemy. You get what I'm saying? Well, cats in the neighborhood is killing other cats in the neighborhood because they live right next to each other. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the white man is the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He gonna capitalize and make every dime off of it, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make it look like you're just inherently violent and you can't get it right and you're just messed up as a race. You know what I'm saying? When everything that we do here and practice from drug dealing and gang banging is all white culture, right? And we're gonna get some few scriptures touching based on that, right? Let me get the reap what you sow one first, Baba Kashad. So we can start out with that, and we're gonna go touching to the topic a bit. Let me read some of your comments. Yo, what's up? Yo, Sop said AZ got shot and robbed by his own sister boyfriend. Yeah, I remember that. Yup. The what was his? I think his name was Calvin, right? What was his name, Calvin? He had the no lens in his glasses. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He tried to rob him. And he got shot by his own sister boyfriend, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a lifestyle that you can't even trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? You can't even make a sincere bond with anybody because everybody's only out for themselves. Everybody cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? Only about the dollar, man. That is a lifestyle that you don't want to get involved, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me finish reading what he said. He said, which is when he stopped dealing, he gives the entire story of the documentary on Vlad TV, all three of them. Right. Bro, boom. Yeah, he says so. JP Morgan is the plug, not Tyrone. God, I guess so. That nigga is Big Beach. You know what I'm saying? He's the dope dealer. You think these cats is big time because they got a few Raris and all of that? This guy got a whole cargo ship transporting drugs. You get what I'm saying? A whole ship.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, Kyle, go ahead, Kyle, and I got you right.
I can recollect JP Morgan also was funding slave ships, cargo ships as well.
Yes, sir. God, that's how insurance companies and most banks was able to fund themselves.
Chase.
Universities as well. That is a heavy point, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they know how to indulge in crime to be rich. That's what he mastered. And what did the Lord said, you shall be blessed with the sword, right? Esau shall be blessed with the sword, meaning that's how you're gonna live and make an ends meet on this earth. You're gonna kill and be a criminal and a vagabond and a fugitive in order to eat and survive on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Because he is a virus on this earth, man. A murderer and a thief on this earth. He ain't nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? You think you see him now, and you see us now. And we think he's great and he's so intellect and Steve Jobs and Disney and all these cats that became successful in America. You know what I'm saying? When you go back all to the root of their success, it all dabbles in criminality, man. All dabbles in slavery. You know what I'm saying? And all dabbles in murder and the destruction of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's the only way they got rich, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to say something, Officer Rob?
Slovakia, sir. Oh, no, not really. I was just saying 39,000 pounds. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It was, I think they said 39.5. It's 39,500 pounds of cocaine. Yeah, that's a lot of cocaine.
Yeah, that's a lot to spread out.
Right.
You know, across the state lines. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have had the whole Midwest messed up, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is what cats is killing for, right? Everybody want to be the boss. Everybody want to be the man on top. If somebody would have got most of that distribution, then the other cat would have been like, all right, we got to take some of what he got. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole war started over that. You know what I'm saying? Over the crumbs that the white man is spreading out amongst us. You know what I'm saying? And we shouldn't even be doing that in the first place. That's against the laws of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You was gonna say something, Rob?
Come. You know, the thing is, I just want to touch on it real quick. The way it's such a deceptive method of control as well, right? Because it's illegal. They make it as illegal in their system, but it's not illegal for them. You see what I'm saying? Because even back in the day, cocaine was legal.
Yeah, it was in Coca-Cola.
It was in Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
it still is, but it's a different. It's like they
a synthetic version of it.
No, they get it from the coca leaf.
Oh yeah.
But it's something about they're not putting in the ingredient to make it actual cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Or they take an ingredient out. But the thing was, it was legal. It was a social drug amongst the supposedly upper class. You know what I'm saying? And it's a drug of choice in Hollywood.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing was, so they make it illegal. They say I can do it, but you can't do it. You know, it's just like our brothers and sisters that were getting, you know, you can get 20 years for crack rock, which is a watered down version of pure cocaine. But it was white folks getting slaps on the wrist for having pure cocaine. You see what I'm saying?
Even with the, cut you off with the marijuana business as well. That's heavy.
So it's a very deceptive. Of course, it goes against the laws of the Most High, and it's a very deceptive tool to keep our people under control. Because it's like this. I'm gonna dish it out here. I'm buddies. I'm gonna let you. You know, you got a brother at the top or whatsoever that's the plug and he's distributing. You know what I'm saying? The cocaine. The brothers on the next level was breaking it down, selling on the street. They get the you know what I'm saying? They accumulate market. They just breaking it down, making it stretching it to get the most out of it. And as soon as one of you mess up, I'm just gonna come and take you to jail because it's illegal. You know, it's a trap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's when
I was on the streets, I'm like, nigga, this a trap.
That's why they call that bitch a trap. God, yeah, that's it.
It's a trap. You know what I'm saying?
God, I don't mean to cut you off once again. To add to your point, man, which is real heavy. Like even with Freeway Ricky Ross, like after he done dealing those drugs for the CIA, they end up locking him up. God, yeah, you know, you did our bidding. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm gonna lock you up. You know what I'm saying? But none of those CIA agents did no time, being that they was the distributors to him. You dig what I'm saying?
No time.
Yeah,
it's a lot, sir. That industry, and it's an industry. It's definitely an industry. It's very deceptive. It destroyed our people, and it's still destroying our people. I've, not I want to say personal accounts, but police officers, they'll raid a house. They'll raid a house.
Take that.
Take the money. Take the drugs. Let the drug dealer go. And then next thing you know, the drugs that was supposed to have been seized is back out on the street.
Yep, God. I think y'all was up just similar to that, God.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's real. That's exactly what they did, man. Like this is a lose-lose situation for you, black man, Hispanic man, Asian man. You know what I'm saying? There is no wins in being a drug dealer in the white man's government, man. You know what I'm saying? Being a criminal, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you are the chosen people of the Most High, right? To add to your point, what you're saying, y'all was up was like, come on, sir. Them alphabet cops admitted they funded wars off of it. Yeah, kind of. This is the NYPD, all them cats, man, making money off that stuff, man. You was gonna say something, Calvin?
Sir.
Go ahead.
Just because he mentioned Freeway Ricky Ross, and y'all call me West Coast, but so it's just a real quick thing. I remember my times going out to Watts and visiting my brother and stuff. He was telling me about like how it was one day he was going to school and he woke up and he was on his way to school, and he said no, he was coming from school. Salaki, he was on his way to school, and it was just some cargo trains, like the little where they carry stuff, ship stuff in. It was just left in the middle of Watts on the tracks, and it was guns. I'm talking about heavy military issue artillery guns just left there, for the different neighborhoods, because you had the Jordan Down projects, you have the Nickerson Gardens, and you got the PJs, Imperial Gardens and stuff, and you got Hawthorne. Like it was just left there because they call it the tracks, blacks divided by tracks, and now it's an all-out war zone.
Man, see that? And there's multiple stories of that in different cities in America, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think these young kids can afford these heavy artillery? Like, most of those are military grade weaponry. You get what I'm saying? And these are young kids with these military grade weapons. You know what I'm saying? And there's plenty of stories and accounts where people will walk in the alleyway or go to some abandoned area and see crates full of guns, man. You know what I'm saying? Who you think is bringing those guns there? Who you think is manufacturing these guns and placing them in this distinct place? They're doing all this for a purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to realize who our real enemy is. Your enemy ain't the brother that lives 2 blocks away from you. You know what I'm saying? You have a greater enemy that wants to see you destroy yourself from within. You know what I'm saying? He always been your enemy. That's why he put you in slavery, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was not putting niggas in slavery. They love to say Africans was something African. First of all, them Africans is not your brother, man. They your enemy too. You know what I'm saying? And for sure, your oppressor is your enemy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick on that same point, the cargo ship came from Africa.
Right, James ship came from Africa. Right. That should tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta understand, like we are in the midst of a warfare, man. You know what I'm saying? And this warfare is not over some dime bag or a nickel of cocaine or whatever niggas, you know what I'm saying? The crumbs that we're trying to survive off of. You know what I'm saying? This warfare is about your nationality, about your history, about your identity and who you are, and you being the greatest people on earth. You know what I'm saying? There's a war against you that you never find out who you are, that you never come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So guess what they're going to do? They're going to put drugs in your community. They're going to put crates full of guns in your community. Man, you know what I'm saying? There was another article as well where they had a bait truck, right? I guess it was like a U-Haul truck full of sneakers. They left it in like in some hood or some ghetto or something like that, and left the truck open just to see if people were running and steal from the truck. And whoever took the sneakers from the truck, they'll arrest them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect people in poverty to do? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like a game to them. It's like the mouse trap. Let's put this here and let's see if the mouse run to the cheese. You get what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect niggas in hell to do? You know what I'm saying? A Nike truck, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how deceptive your oppressor is. You know what I'm saying? That's how subtle he is, man. And you should never, ever trust him. Never trust your oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? But what we got to do is mend the differences between each other so we can live on and build this nation up, all right? You got that first verse for me, Baba Kashawari?
Come on.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived.
Be not deceived, meaning don't be fooled. Be not deceived. You know?
God is not. God is not mocked.
God is not mocked, man. You know what I'm saying? He sees what you're doing. He knows the lifestyle that you live in. And you think you can keep on doing it without God putting his word in, putting his foot in? You know what I'm saying? He is the most high power. Life and death comes from the most high. You know what I'm saying? Poverty and prosperity comes from the most high. Both of these things come from the most high, man. Good and evil. And you're not going to mock him by continuing to do evil when he's telling you to do good. Read on.
For whatsoever a man soweth.
For whatever a man what?
Soweth.
Read on.
That shall he also reap.
Right. Now, what is this metaphor saying? Why is it using the metaphor in this type of manner? Why is it saying sowing and reaping?
If I may, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's whatever you birth. You know, it's like farming. You know, whatever you plant, that's what you're gonna grow out of it, and that's what you're gonna eat out of it, or that's gonna be a benefit. It's gonna be evil or good.
Khan, you're exactly right, warrior. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the metaphor is that's why they're using it in that way, right? It's a metaphor of farming, you know what I'm saying, or gardening, right? You sow a seed and you reap your harvest. You get what I'm saying? Well, guess what? If you sow a apple seed, when it's harvest time, what are you going to reap?
Manzana.
You said what? Oh, I did what you said. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever you sow into that ground, that's what's gonna grow up, right? Out of the ground. You sow an orange, you're gonna get an orange. You sow in an apple, you're gonna get an apple tree. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? In the lifestyle that you choose to live, there's gonna be consequences behind it. And if you sow into lifestyle of drug dealing and murdering and being deceitful, guess what you're gonna reap? You're gonna reap exactly that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you're gonna get. And no, we're not glorifying the death of this brother because he is an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, he has no pleasure in him that died. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? This should be an example for every brother out there that's trying to be the next Alpo, that's trying to be the next AZ, trying to be the next Richie Porter. You know what I'm saying? This game does not come with love. It don't come with friendship. It don't come with brotherhood, man. It comes with snakes and deceptiveness and cutthroat, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you sow into that lifestyle, if you sow into the lifestyle of the streets, guess what? You're going to reap exactly that, man. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's going to benefit us as a people if we come together. Didn't that work for us before? Before we was drug dealers and big time drug dealers in the streets, we was sticking together. We was building our infrastructure like Black Wall Street. We wasn't gang banging. There was no Crips and Bloods in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There was no Crips and Bloods in the Harlem Renaissance. There wasn't none of these street gangs, these national street gangs that we hear about now. That worked for us back then. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Drug dealing will not work for us. And it never will. And it never has. You know what I'm saying? So you got to resort back to what did work. And that is separating from our oppressor.
That's right.
That is sticking together. That's the only thing that's going to work for us as a nation, man. And if you continue to sow into this type of lifestyle, guess what? You're going to reap the same ending that every drug dealer, every big time baller in every neighborhood, in every ghetto reaped. And that is nothing but either death or sitting in a jail cell for the rest of your life, man. You know what I'm saying? That is no life to live, man. You know what I'm saying? When your oppressor is the biggest murderer and the biggest drug dealer, and he don't do no jail time. You know what I'm saying? You know why you in jail time, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man? You know why you dying by the thousands? Is because you're God chosen people. God don't want you to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Let the devil be the devil, man. The problem is you're not being what God called you to be. And that is his chosen people. You know what I'm saying? If you sow into righteousness and to serving the Most High, guess what? We're going to reap a kingdom that will never be destroyed on this earth. All right, any more on that?
Yes, sir.
That was it, right?
Come on,
yeah.
Let me go on.
Now you can drop that. Did you want to grab the other scripture that you was called for? Or we can move on to the next one.
We can move on. I grab it, but we can move on.
No sweat word. I grab Leviticus 19:18. All right, y'all said, if I may, the street gangs were originally to protect our people so they get home from school, work due to the notorious white gangs like the spook hunters, skinheads, which catch people when they were headed home and beat them bloody or even kill them. All right, like, and the thing is, there wasn't a gang of what we think about today, right? Like we think gang as an organized criminal organization. Like these was just a group of brothers with a title that felt like they had to protect their neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? Like they was not involving themselves with any criminality. You know what I'm saying? And that's a heavy point, y'all was out. Like we understood brotherhood. We understood that we had to separate from our oppressors, man. You know what I'm saying? But until we joined our oppressor, those same cats that was in the neighborhood trying to protect us from the white gangs and the white mobs that came in our neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? As soon as we integrated, they became the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? They became the Crips, the Bloods, the Vice Lords, the GDs, you know what I'm saying? And became a criminal organization so they can get rich and out of the poverty, man. You know what I'm saying? Poverty is not an excuse, right, for being a criminal, but it definitely does promote it. You know what I'm saying? It does promote criminality, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that if a man is at his lowest and at the bottom, that man will be willing to do anything to survive. You know what I'm saying? It's just human nature. It's natural. You know what I'm saying? And any animal in the jungle will do some certain things to make sure that they survive. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Black people, we're not living, we're surviving here in America, man. You know what I'm saying? And these cats is out here, they just trying to survive. They doing whatever they could to survive. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? That doesn't make it an excuse. You know what I'm saying? If we want to live on this earth, we got to make sure that we serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't got to, and then he'll take us out of this survival state that we in right now. If we serve the Most High, we'll be on top and our oppressor will be on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? We'll be locking him up for selling too much. I don't know what white people do. Too much or whatever white people like to sell. You know, we'll make it illegal in the kingdom. I don't know, whatever white people like.
Anything they sell that's not illegal.
Right. Exactly. We'll make poodles illegal. Y'all know white people love dogs. You know what I'm saying? We'll make that illegal in the kingdom of the Most High. You get caught with a poodle, you're going to do 100 years of life. You know what I'm saying? Just to further oppress them. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, the Most High is the only way we're going to get salvation. It's the only way, man. You know what I'm saying? Being a criminal is not going to give you no salvation on this earth. All right? You going to say something, Officer Ra?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
I mean, just we was talking about gangs, you know what I'm saying? Gang, you know what I'm saying? In an informal sense, gang is simply, you know, a group of people that associate with each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that our enemy fears. Us really associating with each other, coming together with each other in that so-called gang. So they look at that and be like, we got to put something in that group to cause some type of dissension, to cause them to go at each other. Because in an informal sense, being a gang, we can accomplish anything. You know what I'm saying? We can accomplish great things being together.
Shit,
you know
being unified, right?
Being unified, you know what I'm saying? God. So they had to sow something within that unification for us to destroy ourselves.
That's exactly what they did. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have, you know, those group of criminals that we have today. You know what I'm saying? We have people that try to do the right thing during the beginning stages of it, during the inception of it. You know what I'm saying? But seeing that your oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, he gonna cause discord amongst Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? And this is who we learn from, man. You gotta understand, white supremacy is deeply within Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It is deeply within us. The Black culture that you see today, that we love to glorify in America, that's not really Black culture. That's not what really Black culture is. Black culture is really found in the Bible. That's what really Black culture is. You know what I'm saying? Being kings and priests on this earth. But the twerking and being a drug dealer and doing all these things that's against the Most High, that is not Black culture. That's really white culture, man. You know what I'm saying? They are the originators of all these things that we love to follow, man. That's against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And they turn around and spin it and say, see, look at them. See, they can't get right. They don't know how to act. You know what I'm saying? They love to point the finger at us. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. They are the wicked and the evil on this earth. And we are called to be the righteous on this earth. You know what I'm saying? You was going to say something else, Rod?
No, sir.
All right, let's get that verse real quick. Leviticus 19. All right, you got it.
This is the book of Leviticus 19. Salaki, you said 19 and 19.
Start me at 17, Baba Kashab.
This is the book of Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother.
Thou shalt do what?
Hate thy brother in thy heart.
Right. What is it talking about when it says thine heart? What is your heart? Your mind, right. Your mind. You know what I'm saying? Your heart, really what they call a heart today, is really just an organ in your body that pumps blood, right? But all your thoughts, you know what I'm saying, begin here in your mind, in your head. And the Bible refers to your mind and your thoughts as your heart. You know what I'm saying? So when it says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart, it's talking about your mind and your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you should not have premeditated wicked thoughts of how to destroy your brother. You know what I'm saying? Or having thoughts of how to outdo your brother. You know what I'm saying? Having thoughts of jealousy, having thoughts of envy. You know what I'm saying? Having thoughts of any hatred towards a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when it starts up here, guess what? Eventually, it'll end up right here. Your two hands. You know what I'm saying? It'll become physical. You'll start to act on those thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Those thoughts are being put in your mind today by white America. You know what I'm saying? White America is putting those images in your mind to hate your brother. You know what I'm saying? Through the music, through the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Telling you that you should hate your own people. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you tell one of those gangsters, you know what I'm saying, that think, you know, they doing it, you know what I'm saying, with those big guns, tell them that the white man is the devil, they ready to shoot you down. You know what I'm saying? Every drug dealer you know got a Jesus piece on his neck. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know that something psychologically ain't right with us. You know what I'm saying? And that is white supremacy, Christianity. You know what I'm saying? That's what's in our mind that's causing us to hate thy brother, man. When the Lord required us an obligation, not if you feel like it, not if you want to do it, but that you should not hate thy brother. You know what I'm saying? In your mind, right? Read on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
and not suffer sin upon him.
Right. We should continue to make sure that we take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Love is not just merely an emotion, it's an action. It's not just the words that come out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You have to show something in order to prove that you actually love somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what love is really about. Well, guess what? If you really love your brother, you will tell him drug dealing is wrong. You'll tell him the white man is the devil. You'll tell him Christianity is nothing but white supremacy, man.
Right.
You'll tell him to separate and stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. And stop celebrating Halloween. Halloween just passed. You know what I'm saying? And all these woke cats about to cut up a turkey talking about Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? They about to wait for a jolly white man to come down their chimney. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they pro-black as can be. You're a hypocrite, man. You're confused. You don't know what to follow, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, the Bible tells us that we have to separate and only love each other. Our best attributes should be exclusively for each other. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Come on. Verse 18.
Oh,
Thou
my bad.
shalt not.
1 second. You want to say something, right? My bad. Okay, Kyle, continue on.
Come on. Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Of who?
Of thy people.
Of who?
Of thy people.
Of thy people, man. The people of your own race. You know what I'm saying? It said, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Of thy people. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are one race. We're one people, one nation. You know what I'm saying? And we are the children of the 12 tribe of Israel, man. And the Lord requires that we do not bear any grudge or look to avenge each other. You know what I'm saying? And is this something that's far-fetched? Is this impossible for black people to reach this level of forgiveness that they don't revenge each other? Nah, it's not impossible. You know why? You know how I know? Remember Botham Jean? Everybody remember Botham Jean, right? We all remember Botham Jean. You know what I'm saying? That was a brother who got killed in his own house by an oppressor. You know what I'm saying? This oppressor mistakenly, you know what I'm saying, thought that was her apartment, barged in his brother's room while he was sitting down doing nothing but watching TV and eating ice cream, and shot that brother to death, man. A white woman did that, right? And guess what? When it was time for court, when it was time to try this white woman, so that man could receive the justice for the inhumane murder that he received from that oppressor, guess what our people did? That's what our people, you know what I'm saying? The people of the children of thy people did. You know what we did? We didn't want to avenge that oppressor. We didn't bear no grudge against that oppressor. His own brother got on the stand and said he forgive that woman. Even the judge got off the nigga. Can anybody tell me in the chat, and you as well, Calvin, not to put your business out, has anybody ever been in court before? About to get trialed for, you know, we all been in the world that did something stupid. You know what I'm saying? Has anybody been to court before? Right. In your lifetime, have you ever witnessed or heard of or had happen to you where a judge will get off his podium, come down from his podium? Nigga, what? Like, you know how crazy that is? Like, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should be mind-blowing for people to see. Where a judge will get off the podium, you know what I'm saying, and come and hug the people that you're trying to prosecute. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? That would never happen in a courtroom. Well, guess what? During that sentencing, guess what happened? That judge got off that podium and hugged that white woman. The damn police officer started stroking her hair and brushing her hair. You know what I'm saying? We love to show forgiveness when it comes to our oppressor. Yeah, we will do that. We'll forgive him and say we're sorry and hold his hand, shalom, word Lord Christ. You know what I'm saying? We'll do all these things, man. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to our own, we're ready to ride. You know what I'm saying? It's time to ride. You know what I'm saying? But if I quote Officer Lafayette, you know what I'm saying? We love to brag about our cutoff game, but nobody's willing to work on their reconciliation game. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, yeah. Straight up, man. You know what I'm saying? We ready to ride when it comes for each other. You know what I'm saying? But when our oppressor does us harm, you know what I'm saying? We turn the eye, man. So guess what? We should take that love that we have from our oppressor and pour it out to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who need it the most, man. You know what I'm saying? You were gonna say something, right? Yeah. Let me read a couple from the chat. KJ Designer says that was one of the most disheartening things I ever seen in my life. I still cringe thinking about it. Khan says, Khan, like that is crazy, man, to see something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? This brother lost his life for simply eating ice cream in his own apartment, man. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the cats who lived in that area took the stand and died a few days later. If I'm not mistaken, he got shot like a few days later, something like that, right?
I have to get it. I know exactly what
you know what I'm talking, right? Yeah, I forgot the brother's name. You know what I'm saying? And he was crying on the stand, talking about he don't want to testify. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking
You're disgracing even that brother by doing that. His mother. You know what I'm saying? You're disgracing his own mother. You hate his mother by doing that. You know what I'm saying? His brother, guess what? His brother, because he did that, he hates his brother, man. You know what I'm saying? He hates his brother. He hates his mother. You don't understand how deep white supremacy affects us as a people, man. Like psychologically, we have been damaged through slavery. We've been damaged through Christianity, man. All our lives, we've been taught to love our oppressor. Well, what has that gained us? How has that benefited us as a people, loving white people, man? It has benefited us at all, man. It has not benefited us at all, man. At all, man. We tried our best. We became the best soldiers in their military. We prayed to their white Jesus. We went to their voting booths. We try to be the best Americans that we can be. We pledge allegiance to their flag, but still they shoot us down in the streets. They shoot us down in our own goddamn apartment, man. Yeah, you still want to love a beast like that? The white man don't deserve your love, black man. Well, guess what? Botham Jean does. Right. Tamir Rice does. Trayvon Martin does, man. Sandra Bland, she deserves your love, black man, Hispanic man. And when are we going to realize that, man? That's all right.
Con, I got it. What you were talking about.
Con.
Murdered in the Botham Jean trial. So it says Joshua Brown, witness in Amber Geiger trial, was killed in a drug deal, police say. Botham Jean's former neighbor, who testified for prosecutors at Miss Geiger's murder trial, was shot to death 2 days after it ended, fueling widespread speculation. This is Dallas. He testified against a former Dallas police officer and on trial for murder, and 10 days later, he was dead.
Good night. You know what I'm saying? That's what that brother was willing to get on the stand. You know what I'm saying? In the defense of Botham Jean. You know what I'm saying? Crying on that stand because he did not want to testify. Got shot days later, and you gonna say you forgive this white devil dog lady? You gonna say you gonna forgive her? The hell with that, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to forgive each other. That's what we need to do. We need to let the past and the trauma that caused us to hate each other, let that go. You know what I'm saying? And focus on what's really causing this trauma, what's really causing this pain. You know what I'm saying? When it all comes from our oppressor, comes from slavery. That's what it comes from. It comes from Christianity, man. You know what I'm saying? We are not the problem for each other. You know what I'm saying? Your problem is that you love the white man too goddamn much. And it's time for you to separate. You know what I'm saying? You was going to say something, Salapia?
Oh, no.
Let me read this statement. It says, Y'all, what's up? Said, hell nah, judge tried to give me 90 days for a traffic ticket. That wasn't even mine. Definitely not. They love to give you the book. They'll give you the book any given time of day of the year, man. They'll give you the book, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no judge it's not even it's considered inappropriate for a judge to even show that type of behavior in the courtroom. You dig it up? The judge, like whatever school they go to, they're taught not to show any empathy or bias. There you go. Don't show any bias towards either the defendant or the prosecutor. You're supposed to be boom, dead center. You know what I'm saying? But a judge went against her own rules and books that she was taught in their school, in law school, and got down from the podium and hugged this white bitch, white woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like that is insanity, man. That is Christianity for you. You know what I'm saying? At its finest. You know, so you ever want to see what white Jesus has done to black people? Turn on the tape of the Botham Jean trial. You'll see Christianity one-on-one right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, sir. Yabashakta. Also, Kazak the Mars said classic mob style hit on the witness. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? You know the biggest gang in America is the police force. You're damn right. You know what I'm saying? They out there, they move like a gang. You harm one of them, guess what? They gonna come back 10 times stronger, just like a street gang will. You know what I'm saying? That white woman was a police officer. You know what I'm saying? To maintain her reputation, because it wasn't looking good for her as soon as that brother got on the stand. You know what I'm saying? His testimony, you know what I'm saying, like emotions within his testimony shifted the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like, man, she affected not only the family of Botham Jean, but she affected the whole community that's suffering from this. Because this was a good brother. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he wasn't in the truth. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't one West. But there was a cat just going to school, you know what I'm saying, minding his own business. Came from Barbados, I think he came from. Right. He came from the islands. His parents were immigrants. They gained citizenship. You know what I'm saying? He was a citizen of America. You know what I'm saying? Just doing this thing, trying to make his parents happy. And his life was cut short. What, over ice cream? Nah, his life was cut short because the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, man.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what we got to understand in order for us to save our children, to save our people, and to save our nation. Separate or die. That's what it comes down to, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's drop that. Oh, is there any more in that?
It was 18 and 19 you wanted me to read.
Finish out 18, Baba Kashad.
Verse 18. This is the book of Leviticus 19 and 18. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Love thy neighbor as thyself.
So who is considered your neighbor in this verse?
Like, if I may.
Go ahead.
Nation of Israel is your brother.
Which is true. You're exactly right. But give me within context of what we just read. Go ahead, Rod.
Your people, thy people.
Right, the children of thy people. You know what I'm saying? That is your neighbor, man. The people that comes from your nation. Everybody is not your neighbor, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. The white man is not your brother. African, the Chinese, Japanese, East Indian, Arabs, all these other nations is not your brother, man. They only know how to use you and destroy you. But guess what? The Lord is requiring that we love thy brother as thyself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Not if you feel like it, but your actions have to show that you love your brother. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So lucky, sir. And it has come up, and it's like I say, I like to use the word, it's hidden in plain sight. How can you not tell that they know that they're not your brother? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Reason being, they got a whole different set of laws for you. Mm-hmm. They got a whole different set of laws for Hispanics and Native Indians in this court system. Mm-hmm. And they don't judge their own by the same laws. They let their people off.
I'm happy that you brought out that point.
Come on. Guess what? We got the same.
Mm-hmm.
We don't judge them by the same laws. Right. They not us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
That's heavy. That's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Get a brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? These are laws. This is our laws written in our records. This is our constitution. This is what's going to make our society function. You know what I'm saying? Like they set of laws that benefits them as a nation. Like every nation on this earth. Every country is biased towards their citizen. It's how you make your country function. You get what I'm saying? If the government of China started taking care or concerning themselves with the affairs that's outside of their government, guess what happened to the Chinese economy? It's gonna crash. Guess what's gonna happen to the society of China? It's gonna fall. So they have to make sure they put laws in place that caters to them culturally, socially, economically. Everything has to benefit them as a nation. You get what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have the same thing. The thing is not the American Constitution. It's not the American laws. It is the Holy Bible that your pastor loves to tout around every Sunday. This is our book and our records that's only written for us, man. And that's catered to us as a culture, as a nation, and as a people, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got to come back to that. You know what I'm saying? When you brought out that point, you know what I'm saying, which is heavy, I thought about this, the white devil is on trial now. The Kyle Rittenhouse that shot the people that was protesting in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the judge, I think that I'm kind of made a statement about how she don't want the or he or she, whatever the gender is, don't want the people that were shot, the victims, to be referred as something, but she wants them to be known as rioters. And you know, every time the lawyer makes a statement about the situation, the judge requires that they use those terminologies in the courthouse. So, you know what I'm saying? Demonize and defame those cats that he killed. Go ahead, Rod.
So they cannot, the ones that were shot cannot be referred to as victims.
Right.
Because every time you say victim, that's putting that oppressor in the public's view as this is the antagonist. This is the one that's out here doing the dirt when you call the people that were shot victims. Right. You say they want to be classified as victims. You got to look at them as they were rioters, they were out there, you know, doing dirt or whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? They cannot be classified as victims. Every time you say that in the public's view, you know what I'm saying? It's psychological.
Yeah, it's like it makes him look like a criminal. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? When he is a criminal. He murdered those cats and is on video. You know what I'm saying? What more? If that was a bit of nigga, a black man, Hispanic man, or Native Indian man, they would have threw the book at him. You know what I'm saying? But like Officer Rob was just bringing up, they have laws and a court system that caters to their whiteness. They call it white privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a whole system set up that caters to them to people. Well, guess what? We have a system that is biased unto us. You know what I'm saying? That is righteous for only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to follow, and nobody else. All right. So let's drop that. Any verse he was holding? No sweat. Let's get 1 Samuel 24:12. Yeah, whenever you get it, just let me know. Yeah, no pressure. You too, lovely. Anything you want to bring out? You know, coming on. Yeah, let's get 1 Samuel 24:12. Or something up at start me at up. I just want to get some context. Man, the whole chapter. Start me at verse 10.
Correct. 1 Samuel. You got it?
God.
1 Samuel, chapter 24, and verse 10. Behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord hath delivered thee today into mine hand in the cave. And some bade me kill thee, but my eyes spared thee.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I will not put forth my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed.
Right. So this is David speaking, right? David is speaking this unto Saul, the king of Israel at this time. You know what I'm saying? And Saul was actually trying to kill David, right? Saul sinned against the Most High, and it was appointed that Samuel choose a new king for Israel. You know what I'm saying? So after he sinned against the Most High, Samuel anointed David as king while Saul was still a king. You know what I'm saying? So David, being that he was anointed to be the next one up after Saul, Saul understood that he messed up and David was chosen. He became jealous of his brother. You know what I'm saying? He became envious of his brother and actually put a hit out on David. You know what I'm saying? Numerous times he tried to kill him. And it talks about how he threw a javelin at David. You know what I'm saying? And David, you know, being that the Lord with him, was able to escape from Saul. Right? So at this point, David is on the run from Saul. Right? This grew into a major beef within Israel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew that David and Saul hated each other. Right? Saul put a hit out on David, so he had cats trying to look for David. David was like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm on the run. So he fled out of Jerusalem. And he took a couple, you know, down brothers that was with him, you know what I'm saying, soldiers, solid brothers that was with him, and went on the run, right? So while he on the run, Saul is out there trying to look for him. He takes a rest. He takes a break from looking for David. He goes inside a cave, you know what I'm saying? He falls asleep inside that cave. David, being that the Lord is with him again, happens to stumble across this cave and sees Saul in there. You know what I'm saying? Once he sees Saul in there, he sees that he's sleeping. And the cast that's with David is like, yo, why don't you kill this guy? You know what I'm saying? This is the man that put the hit on you. You know what I'm saying? This is your opportunity. You got the drop on him. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So like, they was putting hits out on brothers way back then.
Yeah. Right, God. Putting prices on brothers' heads. That's how you
be a black man.
There. This is how you know this is a black book. You know what I'm saying? This is our life that we live by. Can't just put hits on other brothers' head and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's kind of like we was talking about this a couple of days ago, but you know, even the Most High got hitters.
Right.
Satan is the number one hitter. Think about it, I think it was in Kings when he sent the spirit.
Yeah,
that's a hitter.
Yeah,
you know, he did that.
Yeah.
Even in like even in his verse, the way David is even talking, when he was like, "You see how the Most High delivered you to me, right? You see how, you see how I drop on you,
right? Yeah, God, you know I can edge you right now.
Right, you know this be over.
God, yep. David knew what's up. He knew this is this is the man right here. You know what I'm saying? He caught him slipping. Exactly. Caught him slipping. Caught him sleeping in the cave. The cats that surround him like, yo, that's it. It's time to get him. You know what I'm saying? That could have ended the whole, you know, possibly end the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But David, being a righteous man, knew that that's not what's gonna end it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Saul had loved ones that wanted to avenge him if David would have killed him. And also not only Saul loved ones, he knew the Most High would have took vengeance upon him. You know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures say what? Vengeance is mine, thus saith the Lord. You know what I'm saying? David understood that, being a righteous man. The scripture says that David was a man after the Lord's own heart. You know what I'm saying? He knew he had to drop on him, but he said within himself, like, listen, this is the Lord's anointing. The Lord chose. At one time, Saul was doing what was right according to the eyes of the Most High. And David understood that. You know what I'm saying? He was king for a reason. He was like, you know what? Since the Lord chose you to be king, I'm not going to kill you, even though you're trying to kill me. You know what I'm saying? That is brotherhood. Trying to show Saul some brotherhood. All right? So we got the context. We got the little backstory of why David is saying this, right? So let's continue on. You want to say something, Rod? My bad.
Nah.
Continue on.
It's a lot, sir.
I think we're on verse 11.
Come. 1 Samuel 24:11. Moreover, my father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand. For in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe and killed thee not.
Right. He's showing him that I had proof that I had an opportunity to kill you. You know what I'm saying? You see the skirt, meaning the bottom of his garment, he cut a little piece off and said, listen, you see this in my hair? Instead of it being a skirt, it could have been your head. You get what I'm saying? But I'm showing you that I'm trying to show you brotherhood. Like, I'm not trying to kill you out here because I could have done it. You know what I'm saying? But instead, I just cut a little piece of your garment while you were sleeping. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to show him proof. Like, listen, man, I'm trying to give you mercy. I'm trying to show you brotherhood. Go ahead.
He was showing that could have been your head.
Right. God, that could have been
right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. You know what I'm saying? And this story right here we can learn from, because this happens amongst Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians at a numerous rate, man. Gang violence, beef, cliques, neighborhood versus neighborhood, this brother versus this brother. You know what I'm saying? Blacks versus Hispanics. This, group, we have that so much amongst each other because we fail to go back and read the history of our own. We don't know the history of our own people. You know what I'm saying? This story right here is relevant towards us, man, and it can save us and help us to forgive each other, have mercy upon each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Because David was no chump. David was a killer. He slew Goliath. Saul was no chump. He done killed thousands of Amaleks. These are both solid brothers going head to head with each other. You know what I'm saying? But David was in the right spirit, and Saul was not. You know what I'm saying? Saul was trying to kill his brother, man, over jealousy. You know what I'm saying? How relevant is that amongst Black people? You know what I'm saying? Cats kill each other over jealousy all the time. His rim's bigger than mine. Killed this guy. His shoes is nicer than mine. He got a bigger bankroll than me. I gotta rob this nigga. You know what I'm saying? We do it all day, every day to each other. But nobody's jealous over the oppressor. He has your culture. He has your identity. He has everything from you. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's getting ready to ride on him. You know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not trying to influence Black people to ride on white people. You know what I'm saying? That is not, what I'm trying to do. We waiting on the order from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying or pointing out is the hypocrisy amongst us. Or even better yet, the hypocrisy within Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where all it stems from, right? Let's continue on.
In the middle of verse 11. Know thou and see, there is neither evil nor transgression in my hand, and I have not sinned against thee. Yet thou huntest my soul to take it.
Right, man, you trying to kill me, and I'm still showing you love. Read on.
Come. The Lord judge between me and thee.
What did he say?
The Lord judge between me and thee.
Now, that was a righteous statement, man. You know what I'm saying? Instead of David taking the judgment within his own hands, you know what I'm saying? He's allowing the Most High to make the judgment. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is a judge. He is the greatest judge of existence. He is the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And instead of him acting out revenge and holding the grudge against Saul, you know what I'm saying? He maintained and kept the law of the Most High and didn't have no grudge or was not willing to avenge his own neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And he was, by doing that, he's allowing the Most High to make the judgment. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's the one that's allowing the Most High. And the Lord don't play. We all know the Lord don't play. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to make a judgment, he gonna make a judgment now. He ain't no chump. You know what I'm saying? And that's what David did for Saul. And that is a righteous thing to do, man. You know what I'm saying? If you have a problem with somebody, you know what I'm saying? If you have any animosity towards somebody, the first instinct should not to be violent towards this person. You know what I'm saying? Your first instinct should not to be ready to chop this person head off, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to be patient. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to him and him alone and be willing to do the right thing. And that way the Lord will decide who's right and wrong. And if the Lord finds you righteous in the manner, guess what? He might be on your side. And he'll give you the justice that you was looking for. He'll give you what you were looking for. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But that's the Lord's decision. And it shouldn't be a decision based off of pure emotion. It shouldn't be a decision based off of feelings because this person did something or, you know what I'm saying, you're jealous of them or envy of them and you're not willing to make it right. You know what I'm saying? This is what we should do in practiced amongst Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in order to maintain the brotherhood and the sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Give me real quick. Hold this right here. Give me Ecclesiasticus 22 and 21, real quick. Trooper Canuck said, sir, our people claim to be gangster, but won't dare do anything gangster to our oppressor, just to the oppressed. Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? That black man is oppressed just like you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make money off of drugs, niggas, sell it to white people. I'm not saying sell to white people. I'm just saying, if you want to hit a lick on anybody, trust and believe. I'm sure white people got more money than that nigga in the project that's living with you, man. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's just show you the hypocrisy amongst each other, the brainwashing of white supremacy that we have on each other. You got that verse?
Said 22 and 21. Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah, 22 and 21. Baba Kashah.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 22, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Though thou draw a sword at thy friend,
Mm-hmm.
yet despair not.
Right. Though that draws a sword on that friend, despair not. What is that saying? All right. A sword is what? A weapon, right? It's a weapon, right? It's a brutal weapon. Like it can cause great harm. You know what I'm saying? If it gets in contact with somebody, right?
Come.
Go ahead.
Salaki. So even though, you know what I'm saying, you may have, I want to say, I don't know if I would say attempt to take your friend's life or put him in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's a way it can still be reconciled.
Like even though weapons were involved, like draw is the sword, right? You ever heard that song? You know what I'm saying? Draw. You know the old Western movies. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you took the sword out. You know what I'm saying? And you have that weapon in your hand. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, "Do not despair," because guess what? There can still be a reconciliation after that. You know what I'm saying? The Bible's not saying be emotional. You know what I'm saying? Just act off of instinct. Saying you want to first realize that this person, you know what I'm saying, can still be my friend, can still be my brother. You know what I'm saying? This is still somebody that's within my bloodline, within my own nation. You know what I'm saying? Me killing him is ain't gonna do nothing but further destroy us as a people. Right? Should be the first thought that come into your mind. You know what I'm saying? The second, you know what I'm saying, is I can get repercussions behind this as well. You know what I'm saying? I can do jail time, or his family members and his loved ones might come and get me. And guess what? When his family members and loved ones come and get you, guess what your loved ones and family members gonna do? Right, and come and get them. After they do that, guess what his family members and loved ones gonna do? It's gonna go back and forth. Back and forth. And that's how year-long beefs continue on within the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's where you have this neighborhood or this block versus this block. Because a long time ago, it was only two cats hated each other. You know what I'm saying? And one harmed the other, and they both kept on retaliating, and it grew so big that it became neighborhood versus neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? And then as years pass, some people even forget what the beef is about. They don't even know what it's about. It's been going on for so long.
We just know we don't like it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas on 7th Street, we don't fuck with them. Right. Exactly. Crips and Bloods. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got cats that's Bloods don't even know why they hate Crips. Cats that's Crips don't even know why they hate Bloods. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a year-long beef. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Bible is letting you know that you can reconcile the differences. You know what I'm saying? You can put away those guns and put away that record and find out that we are brothers and we have one common enemy. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
For there may be a returning favor.
Mm-hmm.
22. If thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not.
Mm-hmm.
For there may be a reconciliation.
Right. Listen, maybe you said something that ticked them off or ticked her off. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? There can still be reconciliation. That can still reconcile that. and get back together and squash the beef. You know what I'm saying? But if you run into Facebook, run into social media, run into gossip, run into, the next person that's close by and whispering in their ear, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? It's gonna blow up now. It become a bigger problem, man. You know what I'm saying? What's important for us to do is to make sure that we reconcile our differences. You know what I'm saying? Those problems that we have amongst each other. Now, in the perfect world, there will never be anything such as any adversity towards each other, right? But that's not reality, right? We know reality that, brothers will have problems with each other. Sisters will have problems with each other. You know what I'm saying? That's just reality. Sometimes problems do come up. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, we don't know how to handle these problems. That's the problem. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a way of going about and handling these problems, right? We should not, ignore the fact that it won't happen. But if it does happen, this is how you handle it. You get what I'm saying? Don't be emotional. Don't, blurt out everything that comes into mind out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Don't say things only to hurt this person's feeling, knowing that you're going to get a reaction out of them. You know what I'm saying? Don't be alarmed just because weapons were drawn. Like, all these things that we have to take in consideration in order to mend the differences that we have with each other. You know what I'm saying? Bloods and Crips, Black people, Hispanic people, natives and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we have to put in consideration, right? Because guess what? We'll do it for our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? This is high quality characteristic traits that the Lord is trying to teach us. You know what I'm saying? That should be preserved only for us, not for your oppressor, right? Read on.
Come on. For there may be a reconciliation, except for upbraiding or pride.
For what?
Upbraiding or pride.
Right. Why you you priding yourself in shooting another Black man down? Why are you doing that? There's no pride in that. Oh, you think you tough because you got an SK? You think you tough because you the only nigga that got an AR? Nigga, they ain't stopped making guns after they made yours. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. I'm sure somebody else got an AR, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what. There will be no reconciliation if you continue in that prideful mind state. If you think you're so big and bad and can never be touched. You know what I'm saying? That was the problem with Alpo. You know what I'm saying? That was the problem with many brothers in various cities and communities across this nation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us think we can't be touched. You know what I'm saying? They so into this lifestyle, not understanding that you're going to get something in return of it. But if you want to reconcile and make sure that you do things was right, you know what I'm saying? Have a little remorse, man. Have a little sympathy. You know what I'm saying? Show some compassion towards each other, man. You know what I'm saying? You might did them wrong. Tell them you're sorry if you did wrong. Apologize. You know what I'm saying? If he, might have put out your weapon, you know what I'm saying? Say, my bad. I didn't mean to pull the strap out on you, man. I didn't mean to do that, man. I didn't mean to take it that far and extreme. Have a sit down. You know what I'm saying? That should be the first instinct before violence, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Learn how to control yourself. You know what I'm saying? You was gonna say something up, yeah?
Sorry, just real
Go
quick.
ahead.
And that goes to the part that I love about the UPK is they teach you how to engage in warfare. And when I say warfare, not just with the weapons, but even with the words. When you become aware that I actually posted on Facebook today, one of General Behind this class, we talk about life being about war, that life is war. When you realize life is war, when you even get into situations like that, you can have control enough to know, like, if somebody does say something to you, if you're in control, you don't have to give it back to them. You in control of that situation. And it's easier when you got that mindset, it's easier to reconcile. Instead of they go off the handle, you go off the handle. And that's how, things obviously escalate. Now weapons are drawn. Now somebody gets shot, now it's too late. Now you can't say sorry. Now there is no reconciliation.
Right. Yep. Now that's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is about war, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what we gotta understand. And the battlefield has already been set for you. You know what I'm saying? There is a villain and there is a hero in this warfare. The villain is not the black man that lives next door to you. The villain is not the Mexican that's trying to get over here just so he can get a job to feed his family. You know what I'm saying? The villain is the oppressor, which is the devil the Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
And in this battlefield, this is who we're warned against. We're warned against the mentality that he put in our head, the hatred that he put in our head that we have for each other. You know what I'm saying? Learn to gain some control, gain some discipline for the sake of your nation, for the sake of your people, man. You're killing too many soldiers out there. You know what I'm saying? That brother can grow up to be a soldier within this military that we building in the Isupk.
Right.
That sister that got caught in drive-by can be a princess to serve these brothers, you know what I'm saying, that's willing to war against our oppressor in the Isupk, man.
Right.
You don't know who you cutting off. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand the warfare is not carnal, man. The warfare is spiritual, man. And we're fighting against those principalities right here in the Isupk, man. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to learn discipline. You know what I'm saying? Or else the Most High is going to teach you discipline. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want the Lord to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you learn from General Muhammad than learn from the Most High. Because once he steps in, ain't no games after that, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord he's trying to put brothers in place so he don't have to put his foot in. You know what I'm saying? So he don't have to take it there. He's trying to put General Muhammad and Captain Shawar and he's trying to put brothers in place so you can learn from them. So you don't learn the hard way. You get what I'm saying? But if you ignore that, man, and once the Lord step in, it's not going to be an easy sight for you, man. It's not going to be a good sight for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord do not play that, man. You was going to say something else?
Come on, you just hinted on that scripture. You just hinted on the scripture that I was going to pull.
Oh, God, most high in Christ. God, most high in Christ. You know what I'm saying?
So,
go ahead, boy.
Yeah, and just like you said, like he put people in place for that. And I think about practical things that happen in life, right? So when you were younger, I know if my mother was upstairs and she heard something going on downstairs, she'd send somebody like, go tell them to stop. Go tell them to stop running up and down. Right. And somebody come down there like, the mama said stop. If they don't stop, you hear them footsteps coming down. Like, it's too late. It's already too late. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? God, that's how it is with the Most High. He sent us here to warn. We go out on the corner. We say, hey, stop doing this, stop doing that. But then when the Most High send the hitter and it happened, you know, you got the Christian church talking about they stumping on the devil. No, you're not. The Most High sent him. Right. The devil ain't do it of himself. God. He's sent him. Right. God damn right. That's switch. Yeah. That's the switch right there. God. That's the that's the Most High coming. You know what I'm saying? To rain judgment down. You know what I'm saying? And David was aware of the Lord's judgment. David was aware of that. That's why he stepped back and said, you know what? I'm gonna let the Lord judge between you and me. Because I know what my Father's capable of. You know what I'm saying? What I can do is only carnal. I can only kill the flesh. You know what I'm saying? But when the Most High steps in, it's a dub. He gonna kill the flesh and your soul. You dig what I'm saying? Like he gonna destroy both, man. You know what I'm saying? So David understood that. For time's sake, let's jump back to David real quick. 1 Samuel 24. I think we left off verse 12.
Come on.
All right. Oh yeah, did you want to pull the scripture or you?
Come on.
Okay, yeah.
It's Ecclesiastes 8 and 12.
8 and 12. All right, you go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God. It's a lot, sir.
Okay, God.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Man, that is heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the situation scenario what Alpo was under. You know what I'm saying? He did, tons of evil while he was out there in those streets during those 80s. You know what I'm saying? And the main one that most people is familiar with is the death of Richie Porter, man. You know what I'm saying? And after that, he thought he can continue to do what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Get locked up, get out, still ride around Harlem, thinking everything was fine and dandy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're not glorifying his death, but we got to understand that the reality that we're living in, man. If you're going to continue to destroy our people, the Lord is going to step in and destroy you. You got to learn how to forgive your brother, have mercy on your brother, man, and stop destroying each other before the Lord decides to judge between you and them. Right? Read on.
Come on, 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him.
Right. And I'm sure Richie was not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Richie Porter was not in the truth. AZ and all these cats was not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? These cats did they dirt. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord still recognized what you do on this earth, regardless who you do it to. You know what I'm saying? You think this cat, he's a no good nothing, he's a crackhead. Why not sell him crack? You know what I'm saying? He gonna live on the streets in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You thinking this, this lady is on welfare, so why not just, give her little pills or whatever? You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna grow up to be nobody in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Even though Richie was living a life of sin, the Lord still gave judgment behind what Alpo did. You know what I'm saying? Because of the lack of brotherhood, man. The lack of brotherhood, man. And guess what? During that time frame of him being locked up and getting out of jail, he should have repented. He should have showed that remorse. He should have put that word out in the streets of how remorseful he is for killing Richie. You know what I'm saying? And teach young black kids that this is not the lifestyle that he should have gone. You know what I'm saying? He had an opportunity, man. And many brothers, not just him, many brothers are in that lifestyle, caught up in too deep, not knowing when to get out. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing when to get off the streets and change their life, man. And you're going to end up in the same result. Same exact thing, man. The story never changes. It happens over and over. It don't change. You would have thought after the first 100 deaths, you would have learned your lesson. You know what I'm saying? All right, my cousin died by the gang. My little brother died by the gang. My big brother died by the gang. My old uncle died by drug dealing. Maybe let me take another route. You know what I'm saying? But it continues on generation through generation, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got to learn our lesson. You know what I'm saying? This is our opportunity for us to change and be remorseful, to be brand new. You know what I'm saying? So that way the Lord can have mercy on all of us as a nation. You know what I'm saying? You was gonna say something?
Yeah, real quick. Can I precept off what he just said?
Yeah, get down.
All right, so because you was talking about that.
I got you, Calvin, real quick too. I got you.
The Alpo situation. Because back in the day, those were guys that people looked up to. They was in the hood. They even showed it in he riding through everybody like, what's going on? But then Ecclesiastes 9:11 say, envy not the glory of a sinner. For thou knowest not what his end shall be. So while he, in the hood and everybody love him, you don't know how he gonna end. And so the Most High telling us, don't envy that. Don't envy the fact that everybody love him now, because look what his end was. He died like a dog in the street.
Exactly. Yep.
Ecclesiastes 9:11. It's the cuss. Ecclesiastes. Yeah.
That boy had all the money. You know what I'm saying? Apple had all the money, man. They showed him in the movie, showing how he smashing some chick on video in the club. He's showing everybody in the club how he, laying down with this chick in the club, and he, getting praise behind it with the gold chains on his fingers and yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When I hit the Dougie on him, you know what I'm saying? He was talking all that mess, but all that came to an end, man. That lifestyle eventually comes to an end. That fast living, it's eventually gonna come to an end. You know what I'm saying? Easy come, easy go. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how it goes, man. None of that stuff lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? Your favorite rap entertainer, he ain't really living that. 10 minutes. All right. Your favorite rap star ain't living that. This is entertainment for him. The white man is telling him to rap about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that lifestyle is not real. You're not going to go somewhere and live on the island and be in peace forever. Some way, somehow, the Lord is going to judge you behind your actions, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me grab you real quick. Calvin, you go ahead.
Oh, concert. Just piggyback off of this outpost situation as well. I do have a preset, but I'm not gonna read all of it. If you look up Micah, chapter 6, well, chapter 5. So, yeah, chapter 5 and 8, and you can read all the way down to 15. But if I may, can I read 12 just for a quick? It says, this is book of Micah, chapter 5 and 12. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers, because what that drug dealing game is witchcraft, it's sorcery, and that provokes the Lord.
Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was stories in the ISUPK, you know, say old school stories in the ISUPK where we warred against, you know, I don't want to say the name, you know, because just in case, whatever. But, you know, we warred against those cats and you know, that was doing that in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Like, brothers had boots on the ground speaking against that, man. And of course, those drug dealers ain't going to just accept that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna go, you know, find that amusing that you're directing your speech to me. You know what I'm saying? So they bucked up against it. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, for a good moment, you know what I'm saying? Old school in back in the days, brother in the ICPK was, you know, moving them off the corner, you know what I'm saying? Blazing on them, man. Didn't stop no matter what, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord is sending these brothers. He's showing what real men look like, man. What strong black men really look like, man. He don't look like the nigga on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Real strong black men don't look like that nigga with a suit and tie. You know what I'm saying? Right. Real strong black man is going to be in the ICPK with boots, braids, fringes, and a beard, man. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, man. That's what a real strong black man will do. You know what I'm saying? All that nonsense that you think is real, you only learn that from your oppressor, man. All right, so let's drop Samuel, man, just for time's sake, right? Let's get Proverbs 24 real quick, verse 17. God, you get down with it.
Proverbs chapter 24, verse 17. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth.
Do what?
Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth.
Right. Rejoice not when your enemy falleth. Who is the enemy that is talking about? Is it your oppressor? Go ahead.
All the nations that's against thee.
Is it what?
All the nations against thee.
Nah, not in this context. Who is this? Go ahead.
It's our neighbor.
Your neighbor, your brother, the one that the Lord told you not to avenge, to have no grudge against. You know what I'm saying? That you should not know hatred towards him in your heart. You know what I'm saying? This is the enemy that is referring to in this context. It says, rejoice not, meaning don't rejoice, don't celebrate, don't go popping bottles or talking about you smoking on this op. You know what I'm saying? I'm smoking on Pookie Loke, I'm smoking on Tuka. You know what I'm saying? After that brother dies, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that when your enemies fall. You know why? Why? Why is that? Why is it saying that in Proverbs? Well, we read on because it's gonna say it. Go continue on.
Rejoice not when thy enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth.
Right. These cats is rapping about that. These cats, Young and Mace, Waddle, what's that cat name from Duval? It's like you, sir. Because I know if you on there on the chat, man, you want what's his name? Nato Wick. That's his name. God, Nato Wick. All these young cats talking about who they smoke. And they're actually rapping about murders that go on in their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I understand you're a casualty of your environment. You're a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? But this is something that we shouldn't glorify. You know right? This is coming now. It's becoming popularized. Little kids think it's cool to rap about stuff like that. Talking about they smoking on Tuka, not even knowing who Tuka was. You know what I'm saying? They think Tuka is a drug, you know, so you shouldn't be smoking in the first place. But Tuka was actually a person that got killed. And niggas say that just to disrespect him that murdered him. You do what I'm saying? And that becomes popularized, and they think it's trendy to say smoking on Tuka when you're glorifying the death of another black man. You know what I'm saying? You gonna say something?
Sorry if I can real quick. And that brother, Tuka, his mother, they interviewed his mother. And she was up there damn near crying. Like, would y'all please stop saying that? He was a real person, a real human being, you know what I'm saying? When they talking about Tuka, they're not talking about a drug. They talking about killing my son.
Right.
Why would y'all do that? Would y'all please stop that?
And his mother has to hear that over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Every time she wants to watch TV, she see a rap video, somebody saying it.
Salami. An oppressor is making for sure that it's publicized.
Damn right.
It goes to show how much he cares about that black woman.
And making money off of all of that. You know what I'm saying? Making money off of all of that, man. Well, where's Black Lives Matter at now? Where they at now? Right. That whole movement died out. You don't hear no protest. Nigga, we still oppressed. Why you ain't why we stop protesting? Why we stop marching, huh? It was all a trend. It was all a fad only to get the love of white people, man. You know what I'm saying? When are we going to march for Tuka? When are we going to march for the young cat that got shot down in the street by a drive-by? When are we going to march for stopping black violence, man? You know what I'm saying? You're just a hypocrite. You're only marching for the love of white people, man. But guess what? The men in the Isupk, we only going to stand up for our nation. The hell with the love of our oppressors, man. I want the love of my people, not the damn devil, man. You was say something, bro?
Real quick. I was in the gym last night, and that song came on. The song you was referring to, the King Von song. You would think that after King Von was killed, that the studios would have some type of sense to stop playing that song, at least out of some type of respect for what happened. Right. You know what I'm saying? And some type of have some type of empathy for what happened. They still push that song to this day. I would think they would have pulled it, right? I would have pulled it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Damn, having all this trauma, all that has went on. You don't even have the decency enough to pull the song. And that's the type of world we live in.
You gotta understand, man. That's heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? Our people need to understand what these scriptures are saying, right? Let's continue on. Also,
Proverbs 24 and verse 18.
All right. So this is why it's saying, "Don't rejoice." Right? Read on.
Lest the Most High see it and it displease him.
Let's say what?
Lest the Most High see it and it displease him, and he turned away his wrath from him.
Right. So that's what the Lord would do. If you're rejoicing and talking about smoking on Tuka and smoking on this and who I smoke, that's what the Lord would do. Go ahead. What would you say?
And he turned, and it displeased him, and he turned away his wrath from him.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will turn his wrath from him and place it on you, man. You know what I'm saying? You trying to celebrate another black man, the royalty that was on this earth, death. You know what I'm saying? The Lord don't find pleasure in that, man. And you know what he'll do? You know what I'm saying? He'll turn around and make it fall upon your head. Same thing that you're rejoicing about. Same thing that you're bragging about and putting mothers to tears and crying about. Guess what? The Lord will judge you with that same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the Lord, the God that we serve. He's not about sunshine, hugs, and kisses. You're going to love your brother as yourself or die if you don't do it. It's simple as that. This is how God plays, man. Either you get with me or you lay down. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to go back and forth with you all day. You know what I'm saying? You are required to love your brother as yourself, to forgive your brother, to have mercy upon your brother and your sister, man. If you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, this is a requirement by law according to God, man. And once we start to realize that, we'll see a change within these young folks, within our community, man. But as long as you continue to push on Christianity, which is white supremacy, we'll continue to shoot each other. If you tell them to vote and not to keep God's laws and to join their oppressor, guess what? We will continue to shoot each other down in the streets and sell drugs to each other, man. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's going to ever give us salvation from the things that plague us within our community is serving the Most High, keeping the law and commandments of the Most High. That is the only thing. That's what the Lord would deliver us from the hands of our oppressor, man. Right? That was it on that. Let's drop that. Let me get one more verse. I know we out of time and they're kicking us out. But we're going to grab some more, man. Let's get one more. What do I want? Let's get Luke 17. Luke 17 and 3. Go ahead.
You got it?
God.
The book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 3. Take heed to yourselves. If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him.
Right. What you do?
Rebuke him.
Right. Meaning what?
Meaning go let him know what the trespass
right.
was.
Go
talk to
right.
brother.
Go to him and him alone. Christ didn't say pick up your sword and kill him. He didn't say go out there and shoot him, do a drive-by on him. He said simply just go to him, sit him down, you know what I'm saying, and let him know what he did wrong. And guess what? That takes a lot more courage than simply picking up a gun. You know what I'm saying? You'll find a lot of cats is not really about their life when you have a one-on-one talk with them. When you look them in their eyes, you know what I'm saying? They're not really a killer as they claim to be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats is killing out of fear. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Right. These cats is picking that gun and shaking while they're holding that gun and pulling that trigger only out of fear. You know what I'm saying? But a real man with courage will actually sit down in front of the enemy and have a discussion with him. That's somebody with heart would do that. You know what I'm saying? But a coward, only a coward kills. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? The Bible is letting you know if you have a problem with your brother, go to him and him alone, right? Read on.
Come. Rebuke him. And if he repent, forgive him.
Right, forgive him. Meaning if he stopped what he did, forgive him, man. You should forgive your brother. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Those that don't change in their offense and what they do wrong towards their brother, start me at verse 1.
Come. Book of Luke 17 and verse 1. Then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible, but that offenses will come. But woe unto him through whom they come.
Right, woe meaning destruction. If your brother does not repent, you know what I'm saying? If you go to him and him alone, and he continues to do what's wrong, and bringing down his nation and causing separation, read on.
It were better for him that a milestone. What's the lock? It were better for him that a millstone were hung about his neck.
Right, just like we read in Proverbs. Just like we read in Proverbs when it said, the Lord will take away the wrath from him because you rejoice against your neighbor falling. Well, guess what? If you don't change in what you're doing, guess what? The Lord will bring that wrath upon you. You know what I'm saying? Because it is better for you to have a millstone wrapped around your neck than you continue to offend your brother. To talk about smoking on Pookie, smoking on all that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord can get down and dirty too. You know what I'm saying? Just like the mobsters put cement on somebody's feet and threw them in the water, call it swimming with the fishes. You know what I'm saying? The Lord can get down and dirty too. You know what I'm saying? He said it's better for a millstone be around his neck. Read on.
Come. And he cast into the sea that he should offend one of these little ones.
Right. Jumping back to verse 4.
Come. Verse 4. And if he trespass against thee 7 times in a day, and 7 times in a day turn again to thee, saying, I repent, thou shalt forgive him.
Right, man. You should forgive your brother no matter what, man. So with that, we're going to end the class. Y'all, the water coming through. Cap will be on tomorrow. We're back on next week, Lord allow. Shalom, y'all.